Season 12 of American Horror Story is ramping up to begin production in New York City later this month, and my oh my do we have some news to discuss. First things first, let's start with the season's title, which has been announced to be American Horror Story Delicate. The season will be at least partially based on an upcoming novel entitled Delicate Condition, and we do have a pretty detailed plot synopsis of that novel that I will get into later on in this video. But all that plot news was quickly overshadowed by the insane casting news that dropped on Monday. Let's just get it out of the way. Kim Kardashian is joining the cast of American Horror Story Season 12. And no, it's not an extremely late April Fool's joke, this is real. Now, depending on who you are, I'm sure you're having a very strong reaction to this news, as did I. It's one of those moments where it feels like you accidentally woke up in a different timeline than the one that you fell asleep in the night before. But all jokes aside, American Horror Story is no stranger to stunt casting, most famously being Lady Gaga's casting in Season 5's Hotel, and to a lesser extent cast members like Gus Kenworthy and Kaya Gerber. But Kim Kardashian is an incredibly bold casting choice for a handful of reasons. First of all, she's a reality star with a very polarizing reputation and a legion of devoted followers. She's already created more buzz for American Horror Story than any casting news probably since the casting of Lady Gaga all the way back in 2015. And if you've watched my Death of American Horror Story video, you know that AHS was overdue for a wild move like this one. And while part of me wishes that it was with a star that I personally had a little more faith in as an actor, I've got to respect that Ryan Murphy is trying to make American Horror Story trendy again after many seasons that the general public has simply ignored. Another thing to keep in mind with Kim Kardashian being a part of this season is she's still filming her reality show with Hulu, which happens to be owned by Disney, the very same people who run FX. So with Kim's new season starting to air at the end of May, the opportunities for cross-promotion on her reality show for American Horror Story are definitely going to be taken advantage of. This news is very fresh still, and I'm sure we're all still processing it a little bit, so let's refocus to the other major casting news that we got in regards to the season. Emma Roberts is returning for Delicate, which will be her 6th appearance in the American Horror Story series. Months ago, her and Ryan Murphy teased many projects that they were working on together, and this certainly seems like something that Emma Roberts would be all over. If you follow her on Instagram, you know that girl likes to read and has a popular book club. This season of American Horror Story, based on a novel, is certainly up Emma Roberts' alley, so I am excited to learn more about her role in this season. But so far they've been pretty tight-lipped about Emma's role in the season, but my guess is that she's playing the main character of the novel, who is named Anna Alcott. But more on that when we get into the plot synopsis. Ryan Murphy and the Kardashian troupe have been less tight-lipped when it comes to Kim's role, so here's what we know about that. First of all, the news was first revealed via Kim's social media accounts with a cryptic video, and it was later corroborated by an exclusive article by The Hollywood Reporter, where a lot of this info is coming from. The role is said to have been written with Kim Kardashian in mind to play it, and a direct quote from Ryan Murphy himself states, "Kim is among the biggest and brightest television stars in the world, and we are thrilled to welcome her to the AHS family. Emma and I are excited about collaborating with this true force in the culture. Halle Pfeiffer has written a fun, stylish, and ultimately terrifying role, especially for Kim, and this season is ambitious and unlike anything we've ever done." So immediately this makes me think that Kim Kardashian is playing a villain based on the ultimately terrifying quote. This could be a misdirect. We do know that the novel takes inspiration from the film and novel Rosemary's Baby, so my mind immediately goes to she might be playing a cult leader, but that may be too close to home for Kim. This won't be the first time AHS has taken inspo from Rosemary's Baby, in fact far from it, as there's been influences of that story in Murder House double feature and the American Horror Stories episode entitled Ball, so it will be interesting to see them hopefully twist this story in a way that they haven't done before. In another game-changing move for Season 12, Delicate will be written by only one writer, contrary to the 6 to 10 writers that are typical for a season of American Horror Story. That writer, like mentioned by Ryan Murphy, is Hallie Pfeiffer, a playwright, actress, television writer, and producer who has previously worked with Ryan Murphy as a supervising producer on Impeachment: American Crime Story. Hallie Pfeiffer will also be the sole showrunner, which means that American Horror Story Delicate will be the first season of the series that will not be showrun by Ryan Murphy himself. He will still be executive producer. I think there's definitely pros and cons to this one writer approach, but I'm definitely open to season 12 continuing to experiment with the show's format. Like I teased earlier, a synopsis for the novel that the season will be partially based on to some extent is available online. The book, once again, is entitled Delicate Condition and is written by Danielle Valentine and is set to be released on August 1st, 2023. I would assume that American Horror Story will come out after the release of the novel, but who knows? More news on the release date will have to be revealed by FX. Danielle Valentine is a horror novelist, so this story will definitely have some dark twists and turns, but the available synopsis reads as follows. Anna Alcott is desperate to have a family, but as she tries to balance her increasingly public life as an indie actress with a grueling IVF journey, she starts to suspect that someone is going to great lengths to make sure that never happens. Crucial medicines are lost, appointments get swapped without her knowledge, cryptic warnings have her jumping at shadows, and despite everything she's gone through to make this pregnancy a reality, not even her husband is willing to believe that someone is playing twisted games with her. Then her doctor tells her she's had a miscarriage, except Anna's convinced she's still pregnant. She can feel the baby moving inside her, see the strain it's taking on her weakening body. Vague warnings become direct threats as someone stalks her through the bleak ghost town of the snowy Hamptons. As her symptoms and sense of danger grow ever more horrifying, Anna can't help but wonder what exactly she's carrying inside of her, and why no one will listen when she says something is horribly, painfully wrong. So immediately, this isn't showing us exactly how the story differs from that of Rosemary's Baby, as at the moment it sounds pretty similar. It's also got the gaslight vibes of American Horror Story Cult, which, now that I'm saying it, also definitely took some inspiration from Rosemary's Baby. So much is left to be revealed about this season, but I do worry we may be retreading too much ground that the series has already covered. The season has been announced to come out this summer, but don't expect it in June or July. I definitely think we're looking at another August premiere, similar to that of Season 10's double feature. One last cast member that has been attached to the season, according to The Hollywood Reporter, is Matt Zuckery. I know him as Logan in Gilmore Girls, but you may know him from the Fox procedural The Resident, which has recently been canceled, thus freeing Matt up to jump over to American Horror Story. Much like Emma, we know pretty much nothing about Matt's role, but if we're assuming Emma is playing the main character of Anna, perhaps Matt is playing her husband. Alright, I wanted to keep this news report as short and sweet as possible so I could get it out to you as soon as I could, so I think that's where I'll leave you today with all the info that we know about American Horror Story Delicate before it begins filming later this month. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. We've got a lot to discuss. What did you think of Kim Kardashian's casting? Are you excited for another season starring Emma Roberts? Is this season actually going to take advantage of a snowy setting like the novel synopsis alludes to? Leave your comments below. Make sure you're subscribed because I'll be reporting on American Horror Story news all summer long. Give this video a like to help its chances in the algorithmic Hunger Games, and I'll see you next time.